Van Bradford, why did it take so long to get back to combo blocking? We have been better at that since we drafted 22. The offense really feels like it's sabotaging 22 at times. Need to build around 22.
It's all about execution. We call the same calls. I get it. I know. I think it was Kyle's where he's like, "Oh man, it's the most double team blocks we've seen all year. I can't believe they're calling this. It's like old fashioned Steelers football." Yeah, but we also said who are the 2D linemen or 2D lines that we faced in the first 2 games versus the D line we was facing this week. You just get more movement on the double. Whereas the first 2 games, they splitting that. First 2 games, when they tried to double, you remember when Fred Warner ran through and smacked Najee in the face? You remember that in the backfield? That's why. Because if they came off that double too soon, that D lineman, Javon Hargrave or Eric Armstead, was going to win. So they had to stay on that double, and that let the linebacker, Fred Warner, run through and smack folk. This week, you ain't have to worry about that. This week, man, you were seeing them double teams go all the way back to the linebackers. You see little 5 over there trying to dodge, but I'm like, yeah, that looked way different than what JOK was doing a week ago. You think Jeremiah Owusu-Koramoah was having to dodge? No, them dudes weren't over there dodging all that. They was playing downhill. Fred Warner, Dre Greenlaw, they was playing downhill. So that was the big difference, man. But I do know the commentators, they going to sell it, and they supposed to. You know, when I get on, I call my game, I'm going to sell it too, Deke. That's what you're supposed to be on the commentator. All right, you sell it. But yeah, man, we've been running that type of stuff. It was just a different type of opponent for us, man. And this is what we said going into the game, though. We said, has our offense been that bad? Or has part of that been the defense that they faced? Everybody's on the Raiders aren't good defense train now. Our offense looked a lot better this week. So, yes, we can put some type of validity to the fact that the first 2 games, the D-lines, the front sevens, the defenses as a whole were just better. Had more players, better talent.
Those were the first 2 games of the season.
You're working through the kinks.
Yeah, maybe it takes
This is
some
3
time
weeks.
to warm up.
4 weeks. I told you, get out the first 4 games, man. Get out that first month of the season. Now you got a little bit more understanding of who we are, our identity, what works this year. Not, well, this worked last year, so it's got to work this year because every year is different. I just say you might look like a dog last year. Right now, he's off to a rough start. Mason Cole, last year, man, looked really good for us. This year, kind of rough start. Dan Moore at times last year was playing at a higher level of consistency. This year, it's like, all right, it's kind of a little bit of a rocky start for you. Because every year is different, man. Every year is different.
Yeah, for sure. The good part about it is, though, it feels like we are way closer to knowing who we are and what our identity is at this point of this season compared to where we were the first 3 weeks of last year.
I would agree.
And we're 2-1 on top of the AFC North, as opposed to what were we 1-2 after the first 3, and then I don't know. I know we were 2.
Weird, yeah.
We were 2-6 over the first 8
Yeah.
games. We ended up beating Brady Bucks at home. Did that get us like 2-4 or something? I don't remember, but yeah, we're in a much better spot right now, working through some of these kinks than we were last year. We're just further along the progress,
That's
or
the thing,
the process, whatever you want to call it. Being a young team, I know we do have some veterans and whatnot, but we do have a young offense. That is the one thing we can say.
Very true.
And yeah, we're getting there, man.
Very true. Hey, y'all hit that like button one time too, man. I see y'all extra chunky in here, man. We over 1K in the build with us deep right now, man. Y'all
Really?
gotta hit them like buttons one time, man. Hit them like buttons, subscribe if you have not done so either. This is what we do. This is how we
That's
rock
good to
out,
hear,
man.
because I think my takes are pretty spot on right now.
I would agree, bro. I feel like you in your bag right now, so I'm glad that the masses are getting a chance to hear this. Today's show is brought to you by DraftKings Sportsbook, the leaders in, the sports betting world. Safe, secure, reliable, all that awesome stuff. And on top of that, we got promo codes. When it's your first time rocking with DraftKings, you're going to need to download the app, and you're going to need to make that first deposit bonus, right? That first deposit. But whenever you do said thing, make sure it's at least $5. But more importantly, make sure you use the promo code MOATS so that way you can receive up to $200 in free bets. It's a dope concept, okay? Don't want to miss out on that. But we also understand, Deke, that people struggle with this thing called gambling. This thing called sports betting. Sometimes you can have a little bit too much fun. You get lost in the sauce. And when you get lost in the sauce, sometimes you need, some help. Sometimes you or someone has a gambling problem. They might got some crisis counseling or maybe even be in need of referral services. Those located in New York have a specific number to text. But for everybody else, that number to call is 1-800-GAMBLER. I said 1-800-GAMBLER.